Hi everyone and welcome to Critical Lesson with Penblade. This is going to be covering Madden Football for the upcoming Let's Play. Penblade and Pudge is obviously not here. I usually cover this on my own. He sends me to do the grunt work. I apologize if the video seems choppy. I'm not exactly sure how to make it go any better right now. If you have any suggestions, please throw them my way. Anyways, back to topic at hand. We're talking about Madden Football. We're going to be playing, I believe, the 11 version, but anyways, the original concept was coined in 1984. A program by the name of Trip Hawkins actually put forth a more advanced version of the board game Stratomatic, which takes care of football simulations. It's one of the very first fantasy football games out there. So he wanted an endorsement for his game from an actual NFL coach and to get his insight into how to make it even better. He decided that he would meet up with John Madden, and he went over to John Madden, explained to him his idea, and they talked for pretty much the entire day, from dawn to dusk is actually what the quote I found. And 4 years later, they came up with Madden Football. This was released on MS-DOS in 1988. Yes, 1988, not 1990. So 2 years after MS-DOS. Well, also interesting to note, the MS-DOS version, even with computing being as powerful it was back then, it could not handle the sheer amount of what Madden wanted to do and accomplish. So therefore, it ran very slowly, but it had 11 on 11 teams, therefore as realistic as possible. What happened was after that, 1990, that's when the Madden came out for the video game consoles. Some places actually consider the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo versions to be some of the greatest games of all time, just because they're so groundbreaking. They'd be on the level of Chrono Trigger. Anyways, how's that reference? We actually, at this point, it's like it would be kind of pointless to actually list all the different things that happen between each of the Maddens. It's a little silly. So I guess the only other thing to do would be to list some of the interesting aspects about this game. Obviously, one of them being the Madden curse. I'm going to probably put a list of a couple things over here somewhere. People get hurt after they go on this. It's kind of like the Wheaties box thing. And then, of course, there is the fact that John Madden was offered, actually, for his part in making these Madden video games back in the day. When EA was about to go public with their stocks, he was going to be offered to allow unlimited amount of stock for as long as he wanted. And he turned this down from EA, and he stated this is probably the stupidest decision he made in his life. I mean, look at how big EA is now. They're eating game companies. So the other thing I'd like to point out too is that as I am an avid Patriots fan, I know I'm going to take some flack for that, but I don't care. You will notice that Bill Belichick is not in these Madden video games. There is a reason for this, and it's not because he's a pain in the rear end. He and Bill Parcells, the only two coaches not featured in Madden video games, because of the fact they're not part of the NFL Coaches Association. So therefore, they cannot use their names because they're not part of the group. So a little bit of food for thought. Anyways, there's not much else to tell. I mean, this is just realistic football game. So if you want to play a football game on the PC, you definitely want to play Madden. If you want to play something on the board game, you want to play Stratomatic, we'll probably cover that at a different time. I'm thinking about doing a review for it, possibly. But that's all I've got for you today, unfortunately. Please like me, and follow Penblade on Twitter. And, of course, watch Let's Play. That's under Pudge's accounts. That's P-U-D-G-H with a duh in the center. I know I didn't do it with as much flair as he did. But I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, and take it easy.